Well, the apparel industry is probably the one being the most attacked by NGO when it comes to sustainability. So that was my daily bread. I kick off on sustainability when I was at Lianfeng in 2010. We were sent to MIT for a leadership program. We had to take a project, and I took a project with 2 colleagues around sustainability as a competitive advantage. That was really the beginning. Fast forward, it's not a competitive advantage. I mean, sustainability is actually a way to do business. And I want also to highlight one thing. The consumer doesn't care. I mean, as much as I would hope the consumer to care, honestly, the consumer doesn't care. And they're not ready to pay for anything. That's the foundation. It's slightly changing because the younger generation becomes more aware of the challenge for them in the future. And my kids are in their 20s and late 20s. So, of course, these are really conversations important for them. But deep down, I can tell you from my experience, there's very little attention from the consumer when it comes to sustainability. Now, sustainability, it's going back to sourcing. If you look at the impact of scope 3, which is, the emissions, what was really happening when you do a product, it's a manufacturing conversation. So all the lala you do, at the front end is just lala because it doesn't really change the interior. What is really important is how your ecosystem, from a farm or from a chemical plant up to the product is really orchestrated. And here there are a few things I've learned. Don't take sustainability as an obligation because you fail. Sustainability actually is a business conversation. And why now there is so much of pushback, especially in the Western world? Because you have had so many activists, NGOs, and other players who took sustainability as an engine to scare people instead of an engine to really make business better. The moment you turn it around and you take sustainability as a business attribute, as a business benefit, the dynamic changes completely. Where I learned a lot and I really took a lot of inspiration, and people would think I'm crazy, but actually I do encourage people to do more research, is actually China. China, 20 years ago, President Xi has launched this 2-mountain concept, which basically is a foundation saying that there is no economic development if there is no environmental development at the same time. That actually these two are interconnected. That has been the foundation of China for 20 years. And you see where China is today on renewables, regulations. And, I do encourage people to go and to see what China has done. And so this attribute that actually the two get together and actually doing the right thing is good for your business has been an angle being completely missed in the West, which leads today with this massive pushback you have from businesses, from many people. On top of that, I realized when I joined Puma with this collaboration, this, integration we had with the suppliers, that is actually a manufacturing conversation in the sense that you need to get better machinery. You need to have better system and you need to have better understanding of your data to make sure you do the changes. There is very little recognition of what the machinery suppliers have done. Today in the supply chain, you have machines that save water, save chemicals, save energy, which has really transformed the way we do product. And these machinery suppliers have been critical in that capability to transform. And don't forget, for suppliers, if you use less water, your product is cheaper. If you use less energy, your product is cheaper. So while doing the right thing for the planet, you're also doing the right thing for your business. And that angle of embedded sustainability in the business has been the angle for me that was critical, that how Puma took it. It's not a save the planet conversation. It's first and foremost a business conversation which leads to save the planet conversation. When you take it from that side, you bring everybody on board. If you take it from an angle where you're going to start blaming and naming, that's become very complex. That's number one. Number two, Puma cannot do it alone. No supplier can do it alone. It's actually an industry effort. And I was very lucky at my time at Puma that I had partners in other brands with whom we were really working together while shaping a certain strategy around sustainability.